Hello and welcome to another edition of the BFNL Netball Show. My name's Andy, always excited to be with you, and I'm here with Kim Bailey, the Netball Coordinator. Thanks so much for joining us again for another week.
Thanks, Andy. Nice to be back again, and looking forward to a good weekend of netball.
It's certainly come on this week pretty quickly, hasn't it?
It has. It's been a busy week.
Let's look into some of the big games from last weekend. One game in particular, and Sebastopol beating North Ballarat City by 3 goals and a heart-stopper.
Yeah, I can't work this season out. I was just saying to you, I picked North. I thought North would bounce back after their loss to Sunbury. I know that was a hard-fought game against Sunbury, but I really thought they would bounce back, and maybe I've underestimated Sebastopol. And really good performance from them. Their goalers shot exceptionally well. Georgia and Adriana Can both shot in the 80%, I think. So that's where we want to see. Yeah, so 80 and 82, which is great. North. Young Maddie Salmon wasn't well. She's been a little bit sick, so I think she came on and off the court. So I think they were a little bit messed up with their structures, although Sash McDonald's sat 24 shows. I nearly said the wrong word then. Shot 24 from 28 at 86%. So she's back. But I just think that with the illness to Maddie, it might have sort of messed up their structures a little bit. But all credit to Sebas. Pretty close right through. North actually came back. Sebas went out to an 8-goal lead at half-time, and they clawed their way back in the last, but just maybe left their run a bit too late. It actually puts North into 6th spot, which I haven't seen for a long, long time.
They've been one of the powerhouses of the competition for quite some time.
They have, yeah. So if you look at the ladder, they're sitting 6th. So really interesting, and puts Sebas into 4th. All on percentage. 1, 2, 3 teams on all on 28 points, and North sitting on 24, just below.
It's shaping up to be a really good season. It's a season the fans want to have. People say that about the AFL competition.
Yeah.
They go to a game and they don't know who's going to win. We're having that here, and we're having it in remarkable pace as well.
Yeah, well, there's only one standout team, that's Sunbury, and they're 12 points ahead. But you look at that, and they had that really close game against North, and they had the really close game against Redan. So, they've jumped out of the blocks early in the season, but, everyone's sort of starting to catch them a little bit now. So, yeah, really even, and that's what we want to see with any competition, so it's great.
Yeah, and that's looking really good. And congratulations to Sebas as well. They had a bit of a mid-season slump, but that's a win that'll get them up and about. And we did have a few other games as well that sort of drew a bit of interest. I'll just quickly go through the scores. Ballarat defeated Bacchus Smash by 13 goals, 54-41. Lake Windaree too strong for Melton South, 58-44, in a good contest there. East Point getting the job done over Melton by 37 goals, and the other game, Redan 45 defeating Darley 19 by 28 goals. Just quickly out of those games, any surprises there?
Yeah, I actually picked Bacchus to beat Ballarat, but Ballarat seemed to rebound back. Haley Fiddler and Kelly Moran had a good game. I think Bacchus be a little bit disappointed in that result, seeing they had a big game last week. That's a bit of a surprise, really. No one else particularly. I think we picked all of those games. The most probably Melton South, 14-goal loss. Still not a bad result, but I thought it might have been a little bit closer. But yes, Lakers look like they've recovered from a bit of a slump as well. Yep,
they seem to be hitting their straps, looking along nicely to a run towards the finals action. And we've got some big games coming up this weekend. We've got Ballarat taking on Lake Windaree, and speaking of Lake Windaree, who seem to be hitting their straps, this is a great chance for them to really push that again.
Yeah, and they really need to consolidate and get the win. So I think they're one of those teams on 28 points, I think. Yeah, they are. So, they really need to get this game. If all the cards fall into place, they could possibly even jump into second. I don't think that'll happen because Redan play Melton, and I know Melton are really struggling this week with some players injured and overseas.
So bad timing there for the girls.
Bad timing for Melton, but I think Redan will have a really comfortable win with that one too, and see them maintain that second spot.
Yeah, well, big games there for Lake Windaree and Redan. It's really going to come down to percentage. It seems like at this stage, given how close it is. So it'd be a chance for these two teams. They've got to go out, they've got to win well, but the other teams have just got to tighten up their defence a little bit and maybe restrict that, maybe upset the apple cart at the top end of the finals.
If someone can just throw that unexpected win in, who knows what can happen. But you're talking about percentages, and it's 150% for Redan, 162 for Sunbury, and the next closest is 118%. So it just shows the shooting power of those and the defensive power of those two teams.
They're looking pretty good. Darley versus North Ballarat City. City coming off a disappointing 3-goal loss to Sebass, and Darley 28-goal loss last weekend. How do you see this one playing out?
Look, North Ballarat need to win this game. It's a must-win. They have to. And I think they will. I can't see that. You look at their team on paper, and it's absolutely awesome, full of superstars. And it's just, we were talking about the evenness of the competition. You know, Sash McDonald's just back from an ankle injury. She plays on Friday night for Sovereigns as well. So I'm not sure if she'll actually play. But I think just who's on the court, I'll have to go for North.
North Ballarat City win here. Then the next game I'll throw us to will have a big impact on what happens with the finals, because we've got Sunbury and Melton South. Now, if Melton South go down, they're sitting in 7th position. North Ballarat City win. There's a 2-game gap, and you could just about start sowing the seeds on who's finishing the top 6. It'll just be a matter of where these teams play out. So this is going to be a crucial round in the context of the competition this year.
Yeah, and I think Sunbury will beat Melton South. I just think they're too strong all over the court. I said last week I don't think the top 6 positions will change, but the order may. I think that top 6 is most probably set. But I could be wrong, but I just think that we could see some significant changes. Sebass and Bacchus will be another good win, good game, but I think Sebass will win. And I hear on the grapevine that our old friend Rhiannon Banner might come back and put a guest appearance somewhere in one of the teams. So welcome back, Banner, for the weekend. So it'd be great to have her back. But I think Sebass will be too strong to win that game as well.
They got the win that they needed last week. They were challenged by a quality side. They held firm after getting out to a good lead. That was almost a season-defining win for them to be able to maintain their confidence against good opposition.
Yeah, and look, they're a great team, you know, and have a look at the team, the players they've got down there, and Chelsea Castles has been playing really well, so Sebastian, just that strong drive out of the defensive line, and she's that linkage down into their attack end. So, yeah, really excited times ahead for this league.
Yep, certainly looking great. And just lastly, next week we've got some big matches sort of taking place at junior representation level. We've got an AFL Goldfields team going up to Far North Queensland. I think it's more of a Ballarat team.
Yeah, we've got one girl from the RDFL who's representing Goldfields, and all the rest are under 17 BFL teams. So really excited about having them up there. They'll play a couple of games against Cairns Netball Association, and they'll play one against Townsville. So similar to what the boys did, just giving our kids some development. And then on Wednesday, we have our under 13s and our under 15s playing down at Lara in the Bob Davis Cup. So really exciting. I'm coaching the 15s because Prue Douglas is away overseas. So I'm looking really forward to having a game with the girls. They're such great teams. But yeah, so another busy week in BFL netball.
And the success but we're going to have great success over there. Look at the 13s and 15s, just quality teams there, and the group that's sort of going up to Far North Queensland again, they've got some lot of talent in there. So the girls are really gelling at the right time. They've played some great netball together in recent times.
Yeah, there's a few away. There's a few away of school holidays, but the depth is right there, so it should be good.
Fantastic. Make sure you follow all our websites next week to catch up on the results of that. Kim, thanks so much for joining us on this week's edition of the BFNL Netball Show. Look forward to next week.
Thanks.